Okay, here are some message types that flow around the sys. And these message types, there's more than that, but these are the ones you most commonly will see when you got debugs on. Or other bits. The ACL, you've set up the ACL before, so when you start up an agent now and have the debug turned on, you actually will see when it contacts the sys will send the ACL to the agent and make sure, okay, yes, you're allowed, based on that ACL, you're allowed to publish these objects. So there's an ACL message you will see. The ACK, you see lots of those. Every time a message goes to the sys or the agent pulls it down, it needs to be acknowledged. You remember that? It's synchronous. Every message that flows has a handshaking ACK. Provisioning, as subscribing or unsubscribing, all these bits and pieces. There's a few of those messages flowing around at startup, shutdown, and so on. Request responses. You see, the ones in bold are the ones we will see the most and talk the most throughout the course. So I won't go too much into logging and provisioning messages. They're, well, not unimportant, but you see them rarely and generally don't play a big role for your agent development. Request response is when agents talk to each other. That's where they exchange messages, student personal. A response holds student personal. A request holds a query. The acknowledge, we have gone through that before. What it really means, the acknowledge message as such, as I mentioned before, is synchronous. Again, before we saw that part of it, and now you see the full part. If a message, an event flows, how it works is the pull or push agent, doesn't really matter, will send a student personal event to the sys. The sys says, yes, I have received it. That means that that guy here, I'm done, I'm happy. At some stage, when the sys feels like it, it might tell that agent, if it's a push agent, hey, here is a message for you. Then that agent acknowledges, yes, I got it, thanks. If that one would be in pull mode, you would say, do you have a message? He goes, yes, here it is. And you go, yeah, I received it. I acknowledge it as well. So that, the communication between an agent and sys is synchronous. When that sends a message, it cannot guarantee that message goes straight through here. It might go a day later. It's completely asynchronous from that agent to this agent. Yes?
So if the push agent goes down, the message is still stored on the sys until it comes back up?
Yes. The sys will store that message as part of the sys specification as the guarantee delivery. So if that agent, and we will see in some exercises you go, right, you might have not started that agent, you start that one, starts events, and you see the queue going up on the sys, holding that. And some, when I did some performance and multi-threading testing, what I did, I just sent hundreds of messages on the sys and kept it there, and then started that guy up and see how it behaved with loads and stuff. Right? So it will store it. And how it stores it is an interesting thing, which is a whole other section we'll go through. It is actually, you need to understand not just the storage, but how messages are dealt with on the sys. It's something you have to understand.